See, I didn't work out like I did then when I first went in. So now it's different. The difference is I've learned what responsibility is. It's my ability to respond to any situation that I'm held accountable for. Am I held accountable for my daughter? So if those guys across the street rolling by my house, is it not my responsibility to go over there as a man and tell them, look, you either cease and assist with this, or I'm going to call somebody that can handle this, because I know I can't. I'm not coming out there with no gas strap and tote like that. That's over with. I'm telling you, I'm telling. I'm telling you, I'm telling. Now, if you think that's soft, then that's what you think.
Do you think that's smart?
Yeah, it's smart. I've done it, bro. Now, it's probably crazy. How this dope, man? X gonna be in here telling these people, yeah, I had to grow up.
But you know,
yeah,
for your livelihood.
I'm gonna tell you what the livelihood is. Let's talk real talk. Let's talk real talk. Let's talk real talk.
Let's talk real talk.
Let's talk real talk. Here we go. Real talk then is this. Most cats who run their mouth talking about doing something wouldn't buzz a grape if their last name was Wallace. It was grape squeezing season. You done seen it in the joint. Cats ain't hitting on nothing. They running their mouth. And when they do fight, what they doing? Ain't nobody sticking and moving. Ain't nobody, oh, you get one stab or this and that. You got to get a whole bunch of people behind you before you make a move on somebody. Ain't no one-on-one. Unless you got a big old crowd and somebody edging you on, you ain't gonna do nothing. Most cats on the real won't do nothing, won't throw rice at a wedding.
What about the cats that will?
Then guess what? If you can't find something to live for, find something to die for, because I'm going to die for my daughter. Would you put your life on the line for your baby?
To a certain extent.
Well, I'm putting mine, ain't no certain extent for mine.
You think all y'all life on the line by fronting drug dealer saying,
check this
you
out.
gotta move around and tell on you.
Check
so what if he move and then come back and throw a firebomb in the house?
And guess what? Guess what? I would rather live my life and die on my feet than live my life and die on my knees begging anybody for anything. Now you gotta face some choices in life every day. You can live a life as a man. You can live one as a coward and die. What's the saying? Be a coward and die 1,000 deaths. You dying every day. What's to say that I don't and I do let them stay over there? And they rape my daughter. Or, better yet, they influence my sons and they start selling drugs and doing something. I lost all my kids. I tell my son every day, even the course, whatever, I'm going to beat you. I'm doing 3 Ds. Disobedience, disrespect, and defiance was going to get your ass whooped. Now go tell. Run, go tell. Because I'm going to tell the course, I'll kill him myself before I let the streets do it. I ain't scared of nothing now, man. I used to be. I lived my life like a coward. So yeah, I walk up to them brothers and I'm gonna tell them, oh, I ain't coming up all like, here man, y'all better move. Look, bruh, I just got this house right here. I got my family right here. I love my family. I love my kids. I'm asking you to stop selling drugs right here. If you don't, I will call the police. Now it's your choice to do what you got to do from there. And if you think, and here's the thing too that get me. A cat will go kill a whole family, be strapped up, 40 Glock, the whole 9. As soon as the police come, he's arrested without incident. I'm not into all that. A lot of cats drop their gun and kill somebody by mistake. I'm not worried about none of that. I'm concerned more about my family now. It wasn't until I was challenged. My man told me to join, say, you don't love your kids. My therapist told me, you don't love your kids. How you gonna tell me I don't love my kids? I gave my kids the best that life could give them. How many kids you know had little trucks and this little, oh, you bought them a lot of stuff. But do you love your kids? If you love your kids, then why are you here? I love mine, bruh. And if that means I gotta lose my life over to protect them, just like a lion will do, a mother cub will do, will lose their life over their children. It's not about you no more. Once you have kids, your life and your existence, your identity, it ceased to exist. Everything you should be doing right now is about their future. Most of us, especially us young black males, when we have kids, when we die, what do we leave them? Dead. That's all you leave them is dead. This is not a situation where There's some things that need to be discussed. And there's a difference in culture. Most white families, the middle class ones or whatever, they have something that they leave their children, and it's not that. They raise them up and they teach them how to be entrepreneurs. They have businesses. They teach them how to earn. My kids right now, I live in Rochester Hills. Can't afford it.
Yeah,
I'm robbing people. Hold on, I'm robbing Peter to pay part of the part to pay Peter back. The reason why I stay there is because they got an A++ school system. My son just last year, 7th grade, middle school, history books. They got Barack Obama in it as being the Democratic nominee for president. Already in their school books. What's going on in the DPS system? None of that. So there's a choice that I have to make, that I choose to make. Because I told you before, I'm the last Wallace man that's going to the joint. I told you, my daddy went, his daddy went, his daddy went. Your life, your name is your legacy. And what you gonna leave behind? What's your last name gonna mean? What is it gonna mean to be a Hopkins or a Johnson or a Jackson? What is it gonna mean to society to have your last name? See, I'm not teaching my sons how to be punks and cowards. I'm gonna go straight up to them guys like I did. And I'm gonna tell them what I told them. And you know what they did? Because I'm gonna tell you what a real dope man gonna do. A real dope man is in it for the money. And if you about to threaten my business in any kind of way, it's best for me and my business to move up the block where somebody else ain't gonna tell. Because too many people not gonna do it. So the threat that you think I faced, I didn't face it at all, bruh. Them guys was up and they was gone. And I had no problems. None whatsoever. And when I see them at the store, when I walk past and I'm still in the same spot, I work right in the same area.
What?
Grass to the 7 Mile.
When you was living that life, what would you have did if somebody came up to you?
I would have got the hell on. Exactly. I would have bust up. I would have found me a spot somewhere else where ain't nobody nosy. And me, what I did, I endeared myself to the hood. I would pay people light bills. I would do stuff like that to keep them from telling. But guess what happened? I still got told on. Whatever don't come out in the wash, gonna come out in the rinse eventually. You can't stay in the dark forever. You're gonna get found out. So what I'm trying to talk to you about is how I went from maleness to manhood. And do you think I wasn't scared? I was terrified. But I was more scared of what could happen to my children if I didn't. And it's a wise tale to me. I mean, I've been doing this, I have been in this life for a long time. For a long time. And I can tell you how many times I done had to actually use a gun. 0. Sometimes we watch a lot of stuff on TV or read books and magazines and we make these things realer than what it is. Bro, it ain't really, I don't know, it ain't really lying like that. It ain't. When cats have beef with each other, that's one thing. But when they dealing with a citizen who's concerned about something, bruh, they gonna push on. Just like they did, they gonna push on. And that's exactly what they did. And guess what, when they see me in the neighborhood now, when I come to the store, I smile, same thing. Them guys go, hey, what's going on, Mr. Wallace? How you doing? Mr. Wallace.
Respect.
Mr. Wallace? All of a sudden I'm Mr. Wallace now? I was DJing in the same neighborhood. Nah, Mr. Wallace. There ain't nothing to be scared of out here. Especially for your family, man. And I need to get back on this topic because I'll stay on this all day. But the truth of the matter is, you gotta be responsible. You gotta be accountable. That's what a man do. I was a boy for a long time. And it cost my kids for a long time. Do you know me and my oldest son, we still ain't got it right now? Because when I raised him up the same way my daddy did. My daddy was up and down Mac in them cabs. I was with him. As fathers, the first thing we want to do is we want to put an earring in our little boy ear. We want to get him geared like we got. We want him to look a certain way. We want him to be tough. He got to cuss. We want to punch on him and get tough. Boy, good boy, oh boy. That don't make him tough. It don't make him none of that. You're going to turn him into a predator. That's what you're going to turn him into.